Hi, I'm Fred Finn, State Representative from the 35th District. The 35th District encompasses 4 different counties. It's all of Mason County and parts of Kitsap County, Grays Harbor, and Thurston County. It runs from beautiful Seebeck and the mountains in the north down to the rich farmlands in Grays Harbor County. It includes a good part of Puget Sound and Hood Canal. We're here in Mason County on the Puget Sound. Water quality is critical for the future of all of the 35th District. We have commercial fishermen, shellfish harvesters, recreational fishermen, the tribes, and all of the businesses that surround that within the district. I'm proud to serve on the Ecology and Parks Committee and also the Environment Committee. This year, the state's construction budget included $50 million for stormwater retrofit and low-impact development. The 35th is all about water quality. This last year, I was proud to sponsor legislation that passed both the House and the Senate and was signed by the governor, which allows a fish hatchery such as the McKernan Fish Hatchery right down the road here to keep open in these tough economic times by allowing public-private partnerships. The ferries in our district serve very much as part of our interstate highway system. This year we had an $8 billion transportation budget. I was proud to serve on the Transportation Committee. As part of that budget, we had major funding for some of the smaller ferries, the first ones of which are going to be constructed and delivered this year. We also did some important design work for the larger ferries, which will be designed and built and funded over the course of the next couple of years. There was also legislation this year which took a close look at the contract for ferry workers with the idea of trying to make those more efficient so we can provide better bang for our dollar. I'm very pleased this year we didn't close any state parks. We were able to keep parks open this year through a combination of improving efficiencies and also instituting a voluntary $5 contribution when you renew your license tabs. So summer's about to come on and bring the whole family down to all of our state parks. This one happens to be Toano right here in beautiful Mason County. This year we passed legislation to sustain our working forestry lands so they can continue to provide economic and environmental benefits to our state. The Department of Natural Resources will lead a process that would incentivize private landowners to keep their lands as working forest lands. Possible incentives include, but are not limited to, ecosystem service marketing, tax changes, easements, technical assistance, and green certification. DNR will report on its findings and recommendations to state and federal government by December 31st, 2011. I served 9 years on our local school board, and one of the reasons I ran for the legislature 2 years ago was to improve funding and how we fund our basic education in our school systems. We've made some important progress in recent years, improving both basic education reform and increasing transparency in the process, and improving the formula that we have for transporting children back and forth to school. This last session, we passed the Jobs Act, which will provide some 38,000 jobs throughout the state, improving the heating and cooling systems of schools, and improving insulation, changing out windows. I think that's an important win both for local school districts as well as for our construction trades. I don't mean to say that all the problems of funding basic education are resolved. They certainly are not. That's going to be the #1 issue, I think, in the session that's coming up, and I hope to be in the forefront of finding a solution to that. We're here on Steamboat Island, and I'm talking with Crystal Taylor, who's been a small business owner for quite a number of years in this area. Crystal, we've seen a little bit of a downturn, I think, for the early part of the year, but a lot of the folks that I've talked to have seen the economy coming back a little bit. What is your experience, and how do you think things are going to be going in the next couple of months?
I agree. I think the economy is coming back. I think positive attitude is helping that, and enthusiasm is helping that, and we just got to keep going.
Look forward to the future.
Yeah, you betcha.
All right. We're sitting today with Kathy Costin, who's been in this area for quite a few years in business in the 35th District. How many years have you been at your small business?
We're working on our 32nd year.
Wow, that's a wonderful record. Washington State is at or near the top in both new business openings as well as new business closings. With the kind of experience that you've had in the business field, what can you tell a new business owner or operator? How can they keep their head above water?
I believe that it's going to take a more serious approach. It's going to take some marketing that is going to be creative. People are looking for value in their purchases in today's market. It's going to be a little rougher road, but I think it's doable.
We've had a chance to speak with a number of individual business owners today, and now we have the good fortune of talking with Matt Mattioschi.
I've had the opportunity during this economy to work on a number of things, and we've been really fortunate that our infrastructure projects, we've been able to increase those as opportunities in other areas have changed. One area that we've been successful at is extending fiber optic networks throughout the county. This past year, we partnered with PUD number 3 in Mason County and a number of other folks to extend fiber optic cable down Lynch Road, which led to the retention of 35 private sector jobs and will lead to the addition of 15 new jobs. We're starting to see some light at the end of the tunnel as we move forward, and we're looking forward to working with those companies, some that are just now in the early phases of considering location or considering if expansion is what they're going to do. But there's a lot more positive news, and it's good to see things moving in that direction.
We're here with Frank Kenny, the Executive Director of North Mason Chamber, and this is one of the real success stories of what's going on in the 35th District. Frank, tell me a little bit about what you and Stephanie and Mike Boyle and the rest of the Chamber is doing.
Well, we've more than doubled our membership of this Chamber of Commerce over the last couple of years. A lot of people are optimistic about Belfair and the greater North Mason area. We've got a lot of projects in the works. With the sewers coming in, this is going to be an economic engine for Mason County in the 35th District. I know you're working to get us the Belfair bypass around, but let's go outside so I can really show you just how heavy it is now.
Let's do it.
All right, let's go.
So last legislative session, we got $750,000 for the bypass to do the environmental assessment.
We really appreciate you doing that. Every year, traffic is getting a lot harder, as you know. We need that Belfair bypass to open up the rest of the UGA, safety on the highway. I mean, it's so congested, especially during the tourist season. It's almost where you can't get through Belfair, and so we go around.
And we have it's a public safety issue too, because the Harrison Hospital has a branch down here, and we've been working hard and getting some money to get that bypass back on the track and get it started.
Yeah, we really appreciate your efforts down there. The Belfair bypass, we've been working for 50 years to get this done, and we're going to get it done.
Absolutely.
All right,
All right, I'm in.
All right, I like it.
This year the legislature passed the Hospital Safety Assessment Bill. This bill generates additional federal Medicaid matching dollars. The increased funds can then go back to hospitals in the form of higher reimbursement rates. That's important because reimbursement rates were cut in this biennial budget. Hospitals have taken a $315 million hit already. It would more than restore the level of payments to small rural hospitals such as Mason General and Mark Reed Hospital in McCleary. Thanks for being with us on our little tour of the 35th District. I'm sitting right now under a weeping willow tree, and I don't think there's anything to be weeping about. I think our economy is coming back. We've had some stormy times, just like today. It was a little bit cloudy and overcast, but the sun is finally out, and I think that's happening to the economy here, right here in the 35th District and Washington State. Thank you.